Yeah, so nothing at all, man. Just didn't come with the.
I mean, it's uncanny. So yeah, I would think. I mean, battered, both battered, exhausted. Like, you know, it was a brutal.
Teófimo Lopez is reportedly in serious condition following his fight with Shakur Stevenson. After suffering a punishing defeat, the night took a concerning turn when Lopez sustained a significant eye injury that required immediate medical attention and hospitalization. Stevenson's dominant, methodical performance left Lopez exposed for long stretches, and the physical toll of the bout became impossible to ignore. Fans were left stunned, seeing a fighter of Lopez's talent and toughness leave the ring so badly hurt. This wasn't just a loss on the scorecards. It was a dangerous moment that may mark a troubling chapter in Lopez's career and raise serious questions about what comes next.
Like the back, the doctor opened the ambulance.
Counterpunch Boxing has reported that Teofimo Lopez is dealing with serious health concerns following his loss to Shakur Stevenson. While full details have not yet been made public, the footage shared highlights the gravity of the situation and suggests the impact of the fight went far beyond the final bell. Fans are increasingly worried, recognizing that this is no longer just about a win or loss, but about the lasting consequences fighters can face inside the ring. The severity surrounding Lopez's condition adds a sobering dimension to what was otherwise a landmark night for Shakur Stevenson.
Conditions. What kind? I don't know. He didn't go into specifics, but I think he posted this video to show the severity, the seriousness.
Despite showing heart throughout the fight, the punishment Teófimo Lopez absorbed against Shakur Stevenson was severe. Stevenson's sharp jab and pinpoint accuracy opened a deep cut above Lopez's left eye, and as the rounds wore on, blood poured down his face while he struggled to fight back. This was no routine injury. The damage was serious enough to require immediate medical attention after the bout, with doctors keeping Lopez under close observation and hospitalized due to the extent of the trauma.
The outcome, I don't think he looked great in the fight. He was missing, and his timing seemed off.
The pain game revealed just how overwhelming Shakur Stevenson's dominance was against Teófimo Lopez. Every time Lopez tried to push forward, he was met with sharp, precise punishment that continued to aggravate the swelling around his eye. Staying down might have been the safer option, but Lopez's toughness kept him fighting. Still, courage couldn't mask the danger. His post-fight hospitalization later confirmed the seriousness of the damage, underscoring the heavy price of stepping into the ring with a fighter as calculated and unforgiving as Shakur Stevenson.
Kept getting up and he showed heart. You know, it probably would have been easy to stay down and not get your teeth shoved in.
Eddie Hearn couldn't stop praising the sheer dominance Shakur Stevenson displayed in his victory. Every punch landed with pinpoint precision, and his jab, combined with elite footwork, relentlessly exposed Teófimo Lopez's already compromised eye. Hearn emphasized Shakur's timing, conditioning, and complete skill set, explaining why Lopez was overwhelmed from start to finish and ultimately required hospitalization. This wasn't just a win, it was a masterclass that left Lopez in serious condition and the boxing world in absolute awe.
Shakur looked strong, you know, Shakur looked like he was punching very hard. His jab was on point, his footwork was incredible, it's his timing, it's his fitness.
Claressa Shields reacted to Shakur Stevenson's masterclass win over Teófimo Lopez and immediately pointed out the brutal reality of what unfolded in the ring. She highlighted how Shakur's relentless jab, both to the body and the head, left blood on the canvas, a vivid sign of the damage being inflicted. This wasn't just elite athleticism on display, it was surgical precision. Stevenson systematically broke Lopez down, turning an eye injury into a serious medical concern and underscoring just how dangerous and dominant Shakur was throughout the fight.
and like I told y'all, we was gonna see a little bit of athleticism, but we was gonna see Shakur be using his jab, going to the body, and we saw blood today. Shakur did great today. Only thing I can ask for is a stoppage. I can't ask for nothing else.
In his first words after dominating Teofimo Lopez, Shakur Stevenson reflected calmly on the damage he inflicted in the ring. He confirmed landing sharp, well-timed left hands to both the body and the head, shots that repeatedly targeted and ultimately worsened Lopez's eye injury. Stevenson's precision, control, and physical strength proved overwhelming, leaving Lopez hospitalized after the fight. This was more than just a win. It was a calculated dismantling, an elite display of timing, accuracy, and ring IQ that turned what was expected to be a competitive matchup into a career-defining night for Shakur Stevenson.
Yeah, I definitely did. I feel like he's a fighter, so he tried to fight back. But yeah, I picked him apart. In the second round, I want to say that I told my corner, I said, I'm stronger than he is.
Did you feel like you hurt him at any point in the fight?
Yeah, for sure. I hurt him a couple times. My jab, my left hand to the body, my left hand up top.
Daniel Jacobs reacted to Shakur Stevenson's dominance over Teofimo Lopez by pointing out the clear gap in skill between the two fighters. From the opening rounds, every jab, counter, and combination was calculated, systematically exploiting Lopez's weaknesses, particularly the already injured eye. As the punishment accumulated, Lopez began to unravel, ultimately requiring hospitalization after the bout. Jacobs emphasized that this fight wasn't about toughness or heart. It was about pure talent and technical mastery. Shakur's calm, clinical approach turned the matchup into a one-sided masterclass, exposing Lopez completely and delivering a chilling reminder of how unforgiving boxing can be at the elite level.
Teofimo is my guy, but I've always been a fan of Shakur. And I think that Shakur put on a clinic tonight. Least amount of risk. Been able to put his skill set into fruition all night. The jab was leading. You can tell the difference in skill set. And that was the difference to me that made the fight. It wasn't about grit. It wasn't about heart. It was about sheer talent. And
Bruce Carrington reacted to Shakur Stevenson's dominant performance against Teofimo Lopez by emphasizing just how effortless Shakur made the fight look. Every time Lopez tried to press forward or force exchanges, he left openings, and Stevenson's sharp reflexes and precise counterpunching punished him immediately. Carrington noted that Lopez attempted multiple adjustments, switching to southpaw and doubling up his shots, but none of it mattered. Shakur's timing, accuracy, and ring awareness shut down every option. The damage, particularly around Lopez's eye, was impossible to ignore, making his post-fight hospitalization no surprise. From the opening round, Stevenson dictated the pace and rhythm, proving once again why he is regarded as one of the most complete, intelligent, and dangerous fighters in boxing today.
He made it easy. I was saying, like, if Teo was to fight more on the back foot and throw punches when Shakur throws, that's the only time you're going to get Shakur. But Teo, he has a habit of getting out of position all the time. He'll double up his right hand, turn square, or turn southpaw. Like, that's not gonna work, bro. You're not gonna take up enough space to touch Shakur. And Shakur's reflex and his countering was just keeping Teo at bay. It was an easy night from round one for him.
Coach Wall Ally described Shakur Stevenson's victory as a true legacy-defining performance. Stevenson didn't just capture another title at 140 pounds. He dismantled Teofimo Lopez with surgical precision. Every jab, every counter landed cleanly and consistently, steadily worsening Lopez's injuries and leaving him visibly compromised before ultimately being hospitalized. Wall Ally highlighted Shakur's elite timing, conditioning, and technical mastery, stressing that this wasn't just another win on his resume. It was a statement. Stevenson controlled every moment of the fight with ease, proving his dominance and leaving fans and analysts in awe at how effortlessly he neutralized a fighter as talented and dangerous as Lopez.
You know, I said this is another legacy fight for him, and
Absolutely.
he got a chance to, establish his legacy once again, winning another title at 140 pounds. So I'm very enthusiastic about his future and very proud of his performance.
Devin Haney reacted to the fight, observing that Lopez seemed off from the very beginning. Stevenson immediately took advantage, landing sharp, precise shots that worsened Lopez's eye injury and left him clearly compromised. Haney emphasized just how focused and dominant Stevenson was, systematically turning the bout into a clinical dismantling. While Lopez's toughness and resilience were notable, Stevenson's timing, accuracy, and counterpunching left no room for recovery, ultimately leading to Lopez's hospitalization. This performance not only solidified Stevenson's position in the division, but also reminded fans why he is considered one of the most formidable and feared fighters in boxing today.
If you look at interviews before the fight, I was saying that, something looked off about him. He looked like he just wasn't really focused on the fight. He said my name before the fight more than he...
Bruce Carrington praised Shakur Stevenson for his total dominance over Teófimo Lopez. From the opening round, Stevenson's quick reflexes and sharp counterpunching kept Lopez on the defensive, unable to establish any meaningful offense. Each jab and combination targeted Lopez's already vulnerable eye, ultimately contributing to his post-fight hospitalization. Carrington highlighted how effortless Stevenson made it look, transforming what could have been a competitive bout into a masterclass of timing, precision, and skill. This performance further cemented Stevenson's reputation as one of the most complete, dangerous, and elite fighters in boxing today.
Shakur looked phenomenal, dominant performance. Just what'd you think about that?
Man, he made it easy. I was saying, if Teo was to fight more on the back foot and throw punches when Shakur throws, that's the only time you're going to get Shakur. But Teo, he has a habit of getting out of position all the time. He'll double up his right hand, turn square, or turn southpaw. That's not going to work, bro. You're not going to take up enough space to touch Shakur. And Shakur's reflexes and his countering was just keeping Teo at bay. It was an easy night from round one for him.
Watching Shakur Stevenson dismantle Teofimo Lopez, Claressa Shields couldn't hide her amazement. She pointed out that Stevenson controlled nearly every round, dominating 11 of 12 with surgical precision. Lopez struggled to keep up, his eyes swelling from repeated accurate shots, a stark reminder of the fight's brutality. Stevenson's combination of precise footwork, impeccable timing, and devastating counters left Lopez hospitalized after the bout. Shields praised not only the victory, but also the masterful display of skill and focus, highlighting how Stevenson's perseverance and brilliance continue to solidify his place as one of boxing's most elite and unstoppable forces.
Won emphatically 119, I think, to 109 with the scorecard, so basically 11 rounds to 1. What did you think about the outcome and the fact that he was able to win so dominantly?
Shout out to New York, to True Bruce Carrington. He's world champion now. I'm so proud of him. Been watching him fight the undercards and all this stuff forever, and to see him become world champion tonight, I was bawling, I was crying, yo. So shout out to him. He shine every time he come out. To see his story, see how much he done overcame everything. Now he get a 12th round knockout, looking good against Jermaine Ortiz.
Edgar Berlanga analyzed Shakur Stevenson's relentless performance, highlighting how effortlessly he dismantled Teofimo Lopez round after round. Every punch was deliberate, exploiting weaknesses and aggravating the eye injury that eventually required hospitalization. Berlanga praised Stevenson's combination of precision, control, and timing, calling him a rare talent who can turn any fight into a statement. What impressed him most was how Stevenson blended power, strategy, and sharp ring IQ, leaving Lopez completely overwhelmed. This wasn't merely a win, it was a clear demonstration of why Stevenson is regarded as one of the most technically gifted and feared fighters in boxing today.
Spanked his ass, 12 rounds, like I told him he would. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of my brother, man. He did his thing, man. What stood out the most with Shakur right now? Say it again? What stood out the most with Shakur? Huh? What stood out the most with Shakur tonight versus Teofimo? Wait, what you said? What stood out the most? Oh, Shakur. I already knew he was going to box his ass out. He was going to box him out. Easy work. You know what I'm saying? Shakur's a special talent in the sport of boxing, man, and he's been like that.
Backstage, Keishan Davis admitted he was completely stunned by Shakur Stevenson's performance. He explained how Teofimo Lopez was outmatched from the opening bell, taking shot after shot that left his eyes severely damaged. Stevenson made it look effortless, turning what might have been a competitive fight into a total dismantling. Davis also touched on potential future matchups, including Stevenson calling out Conor Benn. For him, the bout served as a clear reminder of Stevenson's precision, dominance, and the physical toll he can impose on his opponents, culminating in Lopez's hospitalization and providing undeniable proof of Shakur's elite status in boxing today.
Going crazy, like, oh, he beat him up. It's easy work. Like, he's beating Teo up. Like, it's not even a close fight. You know what I'm saying? So, I was just happy for him. Super happy for him.
Man, he called out Conor Ben. You guys both trying to maybe co-main and main event in the UK with all these UK guys?
Hey, man, how big this event was, bro. Like,
When people talk about the real
Eddie Hearn broke down Shakur Stevenson's performance and was struck by the level of control he maintained throughout the fight. From the opening round, Stevenson's footwork, timing, and precise shot selection kept Teófimo Lopez on the defensive, particularly targeting the eye that later required hospitalization. Hearn emphasized that this wasn't a fight won by grit or luck. It was a display of pure skill and dominance. Stevenson dictated every moment, leaving Lopez with no answers, and Hearn noted that he could have ended the fight even earlier, underlining just how complete and dangerous Stevenson is. This was more than a victory. It was a masterclass in precision, strategy, and ring intelligence, leaving the boxing world in awe.
Expected to be completely one-sided. I mean, he won every round, in my opinion. It like the golfing levels was phenomenal. And I said to Bud, like, going into 12, he could do 40 rounds, Shakur. Like, never out of control, footwork, timing, shot selection. I actually think he could have stopped Teofimo if he'd have stepped on him. Teofimo looked like frustrated, just obviously busted up to the face. He's a phenomenal fighter, 4-division world champion.
The aftermath of this fight says it all. Shakur Stevenson didn't just secure a win, he methodically dismantled Teófimo Lopez. Every jab, every counter, and every combination left Lopez struggling, ultimately resulting in a serious eye injury and hospitalization. This wasn't a close contest. It was a masterclass in timing, precision, and ring dominance. Fans are still talking about how effortlessly Stevenson controlled the pace, proving once again why he's one of boxing's most complete and technically gifted fighters today. If you haven't seen this performance yet, now's the perfect time. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to catch all the highlights, expert reactions, and updates on Stevenson's future fights. And we want to hear from you. Who should he face next?